Rest on, Preston. Oh, Preston. For the glory and the freedom of home. You were paving the way with the light in your smile, with the love in your heart, in the eyes of a child. Rest on, Preston. Rest on. It was so unexpected.
Hey guys, welcome back to, we're calling this Patriots Week with Patriots Day coming up on Friday, being 9/11. We're going to do something this week and focus on one project and one project only, and that is the Love Lives On Music project. And I'm joined by our first guests. We have 3 guests, and they are all members of PFC Preston Brown's family. And let me bring in Mom Stephanie, Brother CJ, and Sister Shay. Hey guys.
Hello.
I'm so glad. I was a little bit of a random mess when I first got on here, having to fix makeup and worried about this, that, and the other. And here's the truth about it. I'm so nervous.
I'm nervous too, so.
Well, don't be nervous. We're going to talk about your son. I'm nervous because I want to do Preston justice. I want for, as I told you all, we're focusing on, usually we'll bounce around between topics, whatever's going on. This week, this project, when it first came out, not only do I love the PR team that at Music City Media and for tonight's artist with Deborah Allen, 2911 Media, not only do I love all the PR teams, I love this project of Love Lives On, what it stands for. But for you all as families to just open up your hearts, and it had to be hard. But we talked with Deborah Allen around Memorial Day when the album came out. She told us how much she loves you guys and how much the song means to her, how much she keeps a picture of Preston, like when she recorded the song, and keeps her picture with her. Tell us, Stephanie, how did this all happen? How did you all get involved with this? And tell us how that experience has been.
Well, I've been a member of TAP since basically since day one, since I found out about the group and after Preston's death. And I've attended at least one of their retreats, which was awesome. And I get a lot of their emails about different retreats and seminars and grief programs that they have for the families of the fallen soldiers.
And I don't mean to interrupt you, but TAP says, tell us what TAP stands for, the Tragedy Assistance Programs for Survivors, correct?
For survivors. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. So I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. And actually, every year, like birthday, holiday, it hits different. So last year, it was his birthday, and I was feeling kind of down that day. And as I stated, some years I can make it through the day and I'm okay. Some years and no matter how far how long it's been, it's different every year. So last year on his birthday it was one of those days and it was kind of rough for me. And so I came home, and as soon as I stepped in the door, I got a text message from Keely, and that immediately changed my whole day. And it seems like a lot of times when things like that, when I have those days, I get something, either it's from TAPS or it's from someone else, and it just changed the whole day around. And that's what happened that day. And when I read the text message, I didn't even need to know what any instructions were or anything. I just said yes. I was ready for it. I was just excited. And to be able to do something like this that uh, can help us keep his memory alive, which is what we do now, which what we try to focus on that in other things that we do on the daily. But to have something that, of course, that's going to live even after either one of us, if either one of us are gone, it's still going to
Right.
be there. And to have that, it was an honor. It was, and the experience itself was an honor. Um, and these are, and things like this are what actually keeps me going on a daily. I'm sure his siblings can attest to the same thing, because it's just knowing that you have people that support you in that way, that are there for you, that don't mind you talking about your story, and um, they don't get tired of hearing it, because of
Right.
course we have to live this, we have to live it every day.
Right.
So just knowing that we have people here who um, don't mind listening, and just being there, being supportive without being judgmental at the same time is just, it was just awesome. And we met some awesome people. I still listen to the album, the entire thing. I don't just listen to Preston's song, because all of the songs are amazing. And it still brings me to tears when I listen to all of them. Not just our song, but all of them, because it's just knowing that these songs are about our loved ones that are no longer here. But it's just been amazing. It's been amazing.
And while the promo was running, I was thinking, shoot, I don't have my box of Kleenexes, because I can't with these songs. Like, I can't even with the stories.
Right.
Like talking to Deborah, and then talking to Andy Griggs with Canine Brother, and we talked with Angie K on You Carry Me Too, and Angie was crying, and I'm thinking, girl, stop it. Because I don't, people will usually pop up in the comments that know me and are like, oh, here goes Laura crying again. I can't help it.
Right.
I'm an emotional person, but these songs do. And what an amazing artist you all got with Deborah.
Oh yes, yes. Deborah and Greg were they were the best, and they showed us so much love. And um, even for my 50th, the kids were trying to get them to come here for my birthday this year. That's just how close we've actually gotten to them, and how much we love them. But yes, yeah, they're amazing.
So where does everybody live in the same city?
No, I'm in Columbia, South Carolina. Shay is Augusta, Georgia, and CJ. You said no?
Just say Maryland.
Oh, CJ's in Maryland. Okay, I was just.
No, I was waiting for you to get me in. I want to hear.
Well, Shay shook her head no. Shay was shaking her head no.
She's in Augusta, Georgia. I don't know why she shook her head.
Mom don't know about it yet. And so how old are the children, and what's the age differences?
Shay is 31. Preston would have been 30 this year, and CJ is 27. And as she stated, every year on his birthday, they're the same age for a week.
But Shay, I bet on that 1 month or that 1 week or after that, then he always could say, "You're older than me." My significant other is a few months. He's a year older than me, but for a few months we're the same age. But I'm always like, yeah, but you're still going to be older. So Shay and CJ, it doesn't matter
anyway.
I did not mean to interrupt you, and but you all, how is it for you all as siblings to the tragedy? I can't imagine. I cannot imagine. I lost my brother, but not it. I don't know that it necessarily matters how you lose them. That's a spot that can't be filled again. But now to have so much attention, is it because I know the birthdays and the dates that he was gone are difficult dates for me, but is it I don't know what it would be like if somebody was constantly reminding me of him. I don't know. It would be, I don't know. How is that for you all?
You want to go first?
It don't matter.
No, I guess not.
Rock, paper,
Okay.
scissors? No.
Man,
Originally it was difficult. It was difficult. But everybody grieve in different ways. So for me, my grievance was I couldn't see pictures. I stayed away from Facebook for a while. Even looking at pictures that people would post for his birthday, for Veterans Day, Memorial Day. Those things were difficult. I kind of find myself still doing that now, like this year for
Right.
our birthday. I didn't get on Facebook for a month, actually. I'm just returning back to Facebook. So originally it was very, very hard. Just being constantly reminded of the good that he did do, the differences that he have and had made. And at that time we were still we still talk to most of his battle buddies from El
Right.
Paso, Texas. But I mean, we have more on our Facebooks, and we would see them just posting. And I can't speak for anybody else, but that was just my thing. I couldn't look at Facebook for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. CJ, how was it for you?
um, for me, it was a little different. Um, Only because the night before I talked to him, it was my birthday. So he had just told me my birthday before the incident happened. So I would always have like these weird coincidences for like 3 days straight. Like I'll be fine, but every year on my birthday, no matter what I was doing, I would just start crying for no reason, no matter where I was. Like literally, one day I was just in the mall in Vegas, and I just started crying, and I called my mom, and she's panicking. She's like, "What's wrong with you? Are you okay?" I'm just like, "I don't know." But then, but it happened every year on my birthday at the most random of times. Like I'll just be fine walking around, just doing nothing, and then I'll just start crying for no reason. And the first year I didn't, my mom actually called me and she was like, "Did you realize anything this year?" I was like, "No, what are you talking about?" She's like, "You didn't call me." I was like, "Oh, no, I didn't realize." But for the first like 3 or 4 years, it was really hard. And I think it's mostly because when it happened, I was in college, so my friends kind of kept me busy, so I
Yeah.
didn't really think about it as much. So it was always that one day because I knew that was the last time I talked to him.
Right.
Although physically I was fine, but subconsciously my body just knew that something happened, and yeah. But it's gotten a lot better though.
Well, and maybe, I kind of call those God moments too, though, I think over some time that God tends to remind us, or maybe it could have been Preston just tapping on your shoulder, reminding you. And then, but as time goes on, he's still letting you know he's okay. I believe in that. I think I have to for my circumstances as well. I think I have to believe that. But it is so amazing to see a family, after the years have passed, after the initial shock of everything, that still comes together to do an amazing project like this and still shares the same story about their loved one. And I'm so glad that you all do, because it is and all the families, this album is, and while everybody's unfortunately family has the similar experience of the grief, the circumstances are different, and everybody's legacy is different. So I do want to talk about the Preston Brown. Is it the Preston Brown Memorial Fund, or Foundation?
Yes.
Tell us about that, because I want to make sure that people know about it and know where to go and find out more about it.
Well, to be honest, it's a work in progress. Because I started it back in 2012 when Preston passed, and because I've never done nonprofits before, I never really knew how to get it going. So, and Shay stays on me about it all the time. She's like, Mom, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to get this going. So it was basically just something I was doing in his honor. And we're getting back now to working on it and getting it up and running and doing the things that we really wanted to do for the community. Because I've Preston and Shay, when they were, I think, like 9 or 10 years old, they started out playing basketball at one of um, the parks around the corner from the house. So they played little league basketball, and they did that until, of course, they aged out. And that was kind of that's how I start. That's what I started out doing with the foundation, and I would just sponsor a team every year, and it was my way of saying that this is my contribution back to to that park for actually helping me with my children and giving them a safe haven, some place to go. They can play basketball. And even after they aged out and they were actually just able to go and play on their own, Preston used to go there all the time just to play what they call free play. And and that was one of his passions, basketball and football. So that was me giving back. And I've always wanted to do more than just that, just to give back to the community and do things to keep our the younger children off the streets, keep them active, because I feel that when they have too much free time, that's
Yes,
when their
ma'am.
minds start to wander and they do just everything that you're seeing now, and when you see them in the news, in the media, and that's been what my focus is. So we're actually working on it currently. I have a Facebook page, but like I said, we haven't really been doing a lot with it, but we're actually getting back to it and trying to do more for it and get back to the community.
I tell you whenever you want to, you all always have a place to come here if you have something you want to talk about, or you have something you want to talk about with Preston, or just call me up. But you can use this platform too. When things are ready for the foundation, please come back and let's talk about it, and let's get the word out as much as we can, and continue to share that with people, because I don't think
in her defense, we have the basketball team has been up and operational since 2012, and this year? This
year.
The champs, so they won their league championship.
Well, congratulations to them.
Yeah, and I get a plaque every year because I actually in my office I have an entire wall that just has everything, like from his military days to when he played track, football, basketball, all that's in there. And then I have a section where I actually put the plaques that I get every year with the basketball team. And there's always a team that's around, because he started, like I said, between 9 and 10. So the first year it was like the younger group, I think the age was like between 4 and 6. And then after that, every team has been like from between the ages of, I think 9 and 12. So yeah, and they did win the championship this year. So
well, congratulations to them. And yes, really, we would love to help in any way that we can. And I don't care if it's sending emails or licking envelopes, whatever you need. Let us know.
Thank you.
We will be honored to help. So I'm going to turn to the siblings real quick, because I'm curious. What is the most aggravating thing about your brother? Now, you can't talk about each other because you're right here on camera, and I don't want any responsibility for the sibling arguments that are going to happen. But what was the most aggravating thing that Preston would ever do, other than be born like that close to you? That was inconsiderate of him to do. And then what was the funniest thing you always think about with him?
No? Okay. Uh, well, for me, of course, with me being the youngest, I would always, be the one that gets picked on and bullied around because I was always much smaller than they were. Um, Funniest thing, well, me and my brother are really close, so we would always do a lot of things together. And I remember that one time we broke my mom's glass table because we were standing on top of it. Don't know why, but we
Because you
were.
were boys. Because you're boys.
And yeah, and we fell through her glass table. And we're infamous for putting things back together once we break it, but that was one thing we couldn't put back together. Um, so yeah, when my mom came home, she had some Pokemon cards for us that we didn't get because we broke her glass table.
Have you ever seen the Pokemon cards?
Yeah, she gave them to us eventually,
Okay, I started to say they might be really good ones.
but
But he's right though. They were good for putting things together. I remember I had it's these three elephants, and y'all, they had the big one, the small one, and the medium, and then the smaller one. And I had the old house we lived in. It had a fireplace as well, and I had them stacked up near the fireplace. So I was getting ready to clean up one day, and I happened to pick one up, and the leg fell off. And I had it standing there as if it was together. I was like, okay, so who did this? I never found out who did it because they didn't tell on each other. They will only tell when they were mad. Now, I think I found out who broke that elephant now.
the elephant,
It was
that
you.
elephant was broke. That
Was it
elephant was broke for
Wednesday?
years.
It was broke for years.
That elephant broke for years.
No, I said they were only tell on me.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying it was you. I was going, wait a minute.
Was it you,
They were only
Was it
tell
you,
on-
Sandrea?
I don't remember. It's been
Yeah, it was.
too
It
long.
was you. So I'll help you out. It was you. Yeah. And you tried to hide,
Right.
and you tried to use some super glue to put that leg back on the elephant. It just didn't work out for
You
you.
know
But it was
what?
broke
If
for
it was
years
Super
now.
Bowl, it was definitely me.
Oh my gosh, this is great.
Yeah.
Okay, Shay, you ready to tell yours now?
Well, let's see. The aggravating thing he used to do. Oh my gosh. It might be the nastiest thing too. He would pass gas on a family trip and he would be so stink. And my mom, she would be like, who farted? Who? Ain't nobody but you, Preston. He'll just sit there like, dude, you passed gas in your stink. You could at least put the window down. I mean, save all us from the agonizing pain of smelling you and three other humans that died inside you. But
Oh,
Yeah, he was good for that, and it would be like and all the windows are up. We're talking, riding, and then all of a sudden we smell something that's like, oh my God! And then he was very young. He was too young to smell like that, and he would say, "Oh, excuse me. Why didn't you say that? So we would have known you did this before, so we could have put the windows down." But yeah,
right.
he did. It was awful. It was
He
awful.
was too young for that smell to be coming out.
Too young. Yes.
That might qualify as also one of the funniest things too, though. I'm
Exactly
sure it
right.
wasn't funny at the time.
No.
had his ways with certain funny things. Right now I can't think of. Let's just combine those two. We'll take both of those. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Do now with I want to people that don't know, like we said before, TAPS is for tragedy. I always want to make sure I get it right, but tragedy assistance program for survivors, and they do so much, and I'm so glad they've been able to be there for you all as a family, and I'm glad that the texts come when you least expect it, and it worked out to be this way, because otherwise I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you. And I'm so glad that I'm able to, because of this program, bringing everybody together to do so. Deborah, I love Deborah, and if she's watching right now, she's probably going to hate me for saying this, but she is a little technology. Look, I can't even say the word. Technically challenged. I can't. Apparently, I'm speech challenged. But I tell you what we'll do is I'm going to go ahead and play the lyric video for the song, and you all participated in writing this song with Deborah, and who were the writers on this? With Gary and Deborah?
It was Deborah and Greg Barnhill.
Greg. I don't know why I was saying Gary. Because I can't talk. So I'll play the lyric video and we'll share that, and Deborah may come on here while that's going on, but and then we'll come back and talk about the song a little bit.
Okay. All
right, let me pull that up here. Now that will take me just a second to do, and it's not me, it's the okay.
It's been such a long time since you've been gone. I still carry your letter that carries me on. And I still dream about you every now and then. And I guess I always will until we see you again. A soldier of love, you were born for a purpose. Yeah, man on a mission and a life in service. Strong and courageous, so unafraid. You held on to your faith every step of the way. Always ready and willing to be a good friend on your sacred journey to protect and defend. Rest on, Preston. Oh, Preston, for the glory and the freedom of home. You were paving the way with the light in your smile, with the love in your heart, in the eyes of a child. Press on, Preston, press on. It was so unexpected, the way you were taken. We were not prepared for how deeply we'd be shaken. It was so all of a sudden, so out of the blue. Oh, and we cried and we prayed, Lord, please don't let it be true. And in the depths of our souls, we were flooded with pain. But down in our brokenness, we called out in faith. Press on, Preston. Oh, press on to the glory of your heavenly home, and take your place with the Father who made you his child. We will all be together in just a little while. Press on, sweet Preston, press on. And I know God's got you right there in his arms as he shines his light down on us and protects us from harm. You'll always be our hero, never far apart. 'cause we'll always keep you here forever in our hearts. Preston, 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 the glory and the freedom of home. Keep on paving the way with the light in your smile, with the love in your heart, and the eyes of a child. Press on, press on, oh, press on. Come on now, press on. To the Father and the Son. Blessed one, blessed one. I know we're gonna see you. I know we're gonna see you again. Oh, I know we're gonna see you. I know we're gonna see you again. Press on, press on, press on. Press on, press on, press on. Press on for the glory. Press on for the freedom.
I need to unmute my mic. I'm going to add Preston's family back in here. And I do notice that Miss Deborah Allen has joined us. So there we go. Let me bring Deborah in here. There you are.
Oh my gosh.
Hi.
Good to see y'all.
Let me see if I can.
This
It's
is
so good that.
amazing. This is fun.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. I'm going to admit this because I said it. So I'm going to admit it before you go back and watch it. I was going to try to wait on the video till you came on. And then I know last time we had a little, look, I'm backing up on it. I said, I love Deborah so much, but sometimes I know that she's technically challenged. I got the word right. Okay.
Things haven't changed at all, but I tried extra hard today and I got here about 5 minutes early. Did you notice?
Yeah, I did notice that. But I was trying to talk and somehow I couldn't even form words. So I'm speech challenged today.
I hope that you couldn't hear me. I wasn't saying anything that I would care for anyone to hear, but I hope I didn't interrupt your conversation.
Oh, we heard you, Deborah.
What?
We'll talk about it later. I'm kidding. No, the video was playing.
Me and Raymond, okay.
we had while the video was playing, it was muted. So no worries.
Okay, good. Good.
I am so glad that everybody could be here. I'm so glad I got to. I know that, Deborah, you told me about Stephanie and Shay and CJ last time and Preston, and I'm so glad to be able to spend time with them and get to know them too. But I mean, do you all, I know you all stay close, but how do you all feel let's have a reunion. I'm gonna shut up for a minute.
Well, can I say something? I just want to say it is so good to see y'all. I mean, I wish that we all lived in Tennessee or at least one state, but thank goodness for modern technology. We can at least see each other's faces and hug virtually.
Right. Well, we miss you. We really miss you. They were trying to get you guys down for my birthday, but I don't. It didn't work out. So
when was your birthday?
June. I did the party on what day did I do that party? It
The
was
week before your birthday, the 14th, something like that. It was the week before your birthday, so like the 14th,
a week
13th,
before my birthday.
whatever
My
that
birthday
Saturday
was
was.
17th, so I did it the week before. I kind of did it in the middle because Preston's is on the 3rd, and he would have been 30, and then Shay's is on the 10th, and I'm on the 17th. So it was kind of like the weekend in between those dates is when I did it, and of course I honored him as well since he would have been 30 as well this year. So
absolutely,
it was my 30th, my 50th, and his 30th together.
Wow. Well, you don't look 50. No way.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I was just sitting here thinking when you said his was on the 3rd and he would have been 30. Do you know that 3 is my lucky number?
No.
Maybe that's why I got so blessed to get to have Preston as the person that Greg and I got to join you guys and write about, because I don't know, just I look for magic and blessings everywhere. That
Right.
Look, I need my Kleenex, guys. Come on now.
Well,
we were blessed too, so and we love you so much. So and we try to invite you to everything. So just know you'll be getting text messages and phone calls.
Okay.
Every time we try to do something, we'll be reaching out.
Hey, that sounds good. Y'all are all horizontal. I feel like I'm vertical. See, I've got one little thing that's not in compliance. I'm out of compliance one more time.
There was nothing in the instructions on how the video had to be, whether it needed to be horizontal or vertical.
Well, you know what? I get nervous about horizontal because
would it make you feel better if I just go sideways?
Yeah, look. Hey, no, I did something the other day that was supposed to be horizontal, and I put it up there, and I looked fine. But and I was just so proud of myself. I was like, just going, oh, I'm doing it right. Everything's perfect. Oh, this is great. And I get at the end, and I'm sideways. I was like, why can't I ever get something right like this?
Well, this is fun. And the thing, I have never had this many people on the screen with this program at all. So I'm learning too, but I think you all look beautiful myself. So
thank you. Well,
thank you.
So let's see, I was going to say that I was scheduled to go to Israel this year a while back with Governor Huckabee, and that fell through because of the coronavirus. And hopefully we're going to go in February. So I'm really looking forward to that. And he certainly loves Preston and honored him as one of our great fallen soldiers. And so I'm kind of keeping my fingers crossed that someday maybe I'll get to sing our song on his show. I would love that so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
so
that
that would be so amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, it would. It really would. You know, he's got a beautiful heart, and he loves the military, and he really honors people who give their lives so much, you know, like Preston and like you, Shay, too. You know, you've given a lot of time in the military. And so, you know,
Shay, okay. I just need to cut out of here. I didn't know that.
That was another thing that they had in common, because before he went in, he called and asked her about it. I don't know why she left it out, but you know.
Well, because you know what? Because you have raised a beautiful family with a lot of humility, and bragging on yourself
Yes.
doesn't just come first, out of your mouth.
Thank you.
You need
Thank
someone.
you.
You need to have someone else to toot your horn for you.
Right.
Yeah,
But
trying
yes.
to get them to talk about talk. They're so soft spoken, and I'm like, I mean, I have children, and they're not this soft spoken.
Yeah, well, you got to watch those soft spoken ones. They'll just sneak up on you and show you what's
Yep.
what. That's why she's a good
Exactly.
soldier.
Yeah.
They'll break your elephants and super glue them back together.
And your tables, right?
Yeah. So, CJ, what you been up to?
Nothing. I'm just currently my sister has she's trying to start her own private practice. So I've been working on getting her website up and running.
So now,
Outside of that,
what is the private practice going to be? Are you going to be like a private detective or what?
who me?
Or a
No,
lawyer?
no. She's a mental health counselor.
Oh, that. Well, that is kind of like being a private detective. It's like,
Right.
here, what's going on inside that brain?
Exactly.
Yeah, so I've just been working on getting her logo and her website up and running. But outside of that, I've just been working.
Yes,
I've
and
been
that's
working from
something
home,
else to brag about too. He's a technology genius. So,
So when I couldn't say the word technology,
yes.
I think he was laughing at you on the inside. You just didn't know it. Yeah.
I was
So he didn't even try to help you, right?
I was
Hey,
gonna let her. I was gonna
that's
let her
where I
keep
do
trying until
most
she
of my
had it.
laughing.
She was really close. I didn't want to cut her off. She was working really hard.
you
so.
know what, CJ? I appreciate the fact that you were rooting for me.
Yeah, see? I was letting her do it. She had it.
Oh, Deborah, I see so much why you love this family.
Of course.
I love them, and I mean, we've only been on here for just a little bit. I love them for everything they've sacrificed, but also what they give back to us,
That's right.
and you as well. I mean, and then put you together with them, and we come up with this amazing legacy that just will continue to bring to let Preston live on through that song and through
Yes.
everybody that hears him.
Now, have y'all talked about the vinyl record?
No.
I didn't even show mine. Yeah, I actually got the album.
Yeah.
Yeah, the vinyl. That
This
was
is
right.
vinyl.
Okay, yeah,
That's-
you know, I'm sorry.
This is what a lot of people, especially these days,
Yeah.
it's how funny life comes around full circle. Everybody wants to be digital, and suddenly everybody wants to go back to the bigger records with the vinyl records. This is a collector's item.
Yeah.
And you can get it at taps.org. And all of these little emblems on here that they put on this artwork represent one of the songs. Each one of the songs is a story about a unique story about a true fallen hero like Preston. And this one here, it looks like a racetrack, but to me it represents life goes on, life goes on, life goes
Yeah,
on.
it looks to me like the infinity symbol.
It is.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
the infinity symbol.
So can we just take a minute real quick that the technology genius is the one that's off the screen?
Where did CJ?
Where did he go?
Oh,
Hey, this just reminded me of something.
I was getting.
He's there. He can hear us.
He's gone undercover.
Right.
I was getting a call.
Oh.
No, I was getting a call. I could hear you guys talking, but I couldn't. Yeah.
Well, I wish we could hear you talking.
Yeah. Are you talking about all of us?
I wonder who he's talking to. Yeah, there's a club down in Memphis when I was a kid. When I was a teenager, my sister's boyfriend had a band called the High Tides. And I would go down to this club called CJ's. My mother would take me because I wasn't driving. I didn't have my license then. She'd take me and all my friends down there. It was a teenage dance club. And because my sister's boyfriend was in the band, I'd climb up this ladder up on this loft thing where they set the band up, and I'd get up there and sing. The first song I sang was "Dancing in the Streets," and then there was a guy that I would sing the duet. Remember the song "Tramp"? Do you remember it, Stephanie?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Tramp. You ain't nothing but a tramp. Yeah, that was a fun song to sing. But yeah, CJ. I just happened to think of that. CJ's named after a place I used to hang out all the time.
Wow.
So the vinyl record, because I did interrupt you at the end there,
Okay.
because I had to say something about CJ with and all that. But so can we go to lovelivesonmusic.com to get the vinyl?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
It might be. Let's see. It might be. Is it .org or .com?
I think I have lovelivesonmusic.com, and
Okay,
I think
then you got it right. And you know, and anytime you can't find it, you can always go to taps.org. But I would do what you said, because that'll take you right to the album and the CD and all of that good stuff.
and vinyl always, I love vinyl because it has such a richer feel to it than digital or CDs. So I love the sound that vinyl gives. I'm glad it comes back.
Right. And Stephanie and Shay, do y'all remember? Does this look familiar to you?
Yeah.
My giant size letters. You know, when you brought me in on when I was on hold here waiting to join the group, I heard the tail end of the recording, and it just brought back so much emotion to me, because I mean, everybody in the studio was so completely 100% heart and soul into this song. And I'm talking about the greatest musicians in Nashville, and everybody was just so moved by the amazing goal and mission of Taps, that they showed up, and they had their hearts splattered right out there in that control, didn't they? I thought they did.
I mean, and just me watching the videos and the behind the scenes and things like that. I mean, you can see that with them, with everybody that was involved with this project. It just seems like, which is what I was saying before you jumped on it. And you and I talked about this before too, that I love this project because I love that it brings the families together with the artists, with the writers, with the musicians. So you all aren't trying to piece together a story that fits their family member. You're writing a story of their family member with them. And that's something very, very special.
Well, the whole song is completely based on the story that Stephanie wrote, about Preston. I read it that night before, and just got so moved. I just was hanging on to every word of it, and it was just amazing how it all developed, wasn't it, Shay? Shay? Can you hear me?
Why she just shaking her head?
I can. There's noise in my background.
I got you. I thought maybe my microphone went off.
I have muted it.
Yeah. But Stephanie,
He was trying to get his camera to come back on. I'm not sure if that's something you have to do on your end, but he said he can't get the camera to come back in.
yeah, bring
Yeah,
CJ.
I'm in here. I can hear y'all, but I can't.
I
My
tell you
camera
what,
won't come on.
CJ, if you want to go out and come back in, can you do that?
Yeah, I can do that really quick.
Okay.
He has such a pretty voice, doesn't he?
He does.
Hey, look. Okay. The whole scene has changed. So, Stephanie, what have you been up to lately?
Well, my boyfriend and I, we started a dump truck business. So, basically that's kind of what I've been doing, been focusing on that, and just coming up with other ideas of how I want to get our nonprofit going.
Yeah.
Shay and I have been working on that, trying to get that moving, and
there he is.
just that, and that's it, and trying to find other ways to create businesses with all this COVID-19 going on and holding a progress up with a lot of stuff. So just kind of focusing on keeping myself busy and
I know what you mean.
things like that. Yeah.
A lot of our shows, in fact, I thought I was hanging on to one, but it canceled on me just like a couple of days ago. My last Christmas show was going to be in Shipshewana, Indiana, at this fabulous, fabulous place. But you know, it's just the nature of what's going on right now, and I think it's just great because God just feels. Sometimes God will just stop us and make us take a look at ourselves.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
so I think that's good. But I wanted to ask you a question. What about that dump truck? Okay, so are you doing a lot of stuff with people that are building houses and taking rocks and stuff away, or what kind of stuff are you loading up, or is it just everything?
Everything. It's just different. Nothing hazardous though. Just dirt, sand, gravel,
Yeah.
concrete, asphalt, different things like that. But yeah. So whomever we find work with, that's who we've been working with. Anybody that needs anything hauled off their land, we've been trying to just pretty much everything right now.
So anybody in South Carolina that needs that service, I don't want you to give your phone number out.
Right.
Message us and we will get you in touch with them. Don't get the phone number out.
Okay.
So what city is it again in South Carolina? I forgot.
It's Columbia, but we service we try to stay as close as possible within a certain amount of miles. The furthest we've gone would be Spartanburg. So, Spartanburg, Saluda, Greenwood, Sumter, Orangeburg. So we try to kind of stay as close as not too far because it gets more expensive the further you travel. So, but a lot of the local close areas around Columbia, I'll say it like that.
Yeah, I have some friends on a prayer call that I do that live in South Carolina. I'll have to tell them about it.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah, super wonderful people. Oh my gosh, y'all all will love them more than you could ever imagine.
Yeah.
What is the name? What is the company name? Just so we'll have that for sure.
It's Clarkstone Trucking LLC.
Okay. All right, Clarkstone Trucking, and we'll make sure we. I know somebody. Look, with all of this COVID, a lot of people are doing home renovations.
Right.
So that's just perfect.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you never know. I mean, I was just sitting here remembering a house that my mother's boyfriend looked at one time. And these people had put a pool in the backyard, and it really hadn't been maintained very well. And everybody decided that it would be less expensive to just fill it in and cover it up, than it would be to try to fix it. So I was like, hey, you may wind up filling in a pool too.
Right.
You just never know what it's going to be.
Exactly.
You do not know.
Yeah.
After we end this, everybody stay on here for me. But I don't want to hold everybody up forever because I could sit here and listen to y'all talk I could. And I won't try to speak too much because I'm having trouble with that today. But I want to say thank you to all of you. Thank you for bringing Preston his life and unfortunate, untimely death to TAPS, to this project and then thank you, Deborah, for being a part of this and singing such an amazing song. I honestly can't imagine anybody else singing it. It belongs to you, your voice. Stephanie, Shay, CJ, I seriously, we are always here for you all, whether it's to advertise for the trucks, we'll do it. Like I said earlier, when the website's up for for your private practice, let us know. We'll
And CJ too. CJ's a businessman too. He's
and CJ as well. And yeah, we'll do and share whatever you need. And like I said, when the Memorial Foundation is up and running and you need something, do not ever hesitate. We are always here for you all. And I love you all. I appreciate every one of you for everything that you've opened up your hearts, and you didn't have to, and you've shared him with the world. And thank you for doing that. And thank you for your service too, Shay.
They're an amazing family. They're an amazing family. And, even when they're not together, they are just super, super close. And it's just an honor, really, for me to be a small part of what they've lived through together. And it's been wonderful. I know it may cross your mind these days. Things have gotten so crazy out there. There's been so much unnecessary loss of life. When things break out, like we had Preston home, and he just innocently went out, and then he was lost. That's happened a lot lately, and I bet every time you hear a piece of news like that, it breaks your heart a little bit. Because I'm just, I'm praying so much for our country. I'm praying for love and for God to intervene and to help us, bring us together. And and to me, going back to Preston and the Love Lives On project, I think that the goodness and the love that's sown into this project is just one more thing out there that maybe might enlighten people that, hey, love is the way. We've got people out there giving their lives for our freedom.
Right.
So let's help each other, love each other, respect.
And that's a perfect segue into, I just want to we're giving plugs everywhere. I want to give Deborah one too for What a Wonderful World.
Thank you.
Because it is definitely a song that is perfectly timed with all of this, and because it is still a wonderful world. But thank you all so much, and if everybody would just hang on for a second, and you all make sure you check out TAPS, and it's taps.org, and then make sure you check out lovelivesonmusic.com. Make sure you watch the videos on YouTube under Love Lives On Music. There's all kinds of behind the scenes and stories, and you can get to know the families better, and you can get to know their loved ones better, what inspired the songs. Make sure you visit DeborahAllen.com and follow her on all social media too. The Preston Brown Memorial Foundation will be up and going too. And congratulations to the basketball champs this year. I'm so proud of you all. Keep it going. Let's come back next year for like the second anniversary.
Right.
I can be a cheerleader. You don't want me on your team.
There we go. We get Deborah Allen as a cheerleader.
That'd be fun.
But and you all make sure you follow everything, keep up with this, and hug somebody. Hug somebody. Tell them you love them. Life is way, way, way too short. And thank you all so much for being here. God bless you all. And I love you. I'm sending you all virtual hugs.
Thank you.
Much. Hey, we want to shout out to it. We want to shout out to our co-writer, and who we also love very much.
Yeah.
Greg Barnhill, who is also so important to all of us too. We love Greg, and I love all of you. Thank you so much.
We love you too.
Welcome. Everybody take care.
All right.